we are tuning the carburetor on the mini bike.
All right, so if y'all have, well, I posted on TikTok and all that. Got the new Mikuni carburetor on there. Got the air filter. Got the header pipe on it. Dan came over yesterday. We did some
Fiddling.
Yeah, some trying to figure out the carb on it, trying to get everything going well. We got it running, got it going pretty good. Still had a little bit of hiccups in that, but
kind of like a dead spot in the middle.
Yeah, not even at like half throttle. It was probably like a 3/8 of a throttle.
Maybe,
like,
yeah.
But then all of a sudden it would open up and just fly.
Yeah.
So we are currently starting from square one and trying to figure something else out. So
I think we're gonna tune the carb and then see if that dead spot's still there. If it's still there, run carb cleaner or something just through the carb. Maybe give it a little love tap or two to maybe get the needle and seat to move around, because we're unsure about how long this new carb sat on the shelf for one, on the two for the amount of time it was possessed by the person who Mike got the bike from.
Yeah. So it was a new carb. It was brand new in a box, but the box was open. It was sitting on his shelf for
and it could be
who knows how long.
The float, something's a little stucky, because after all that riding that Mike did yesterday, it was dumping fuel out of the front of the carb. Well, not dumping.
Yeah. Not even from the little vent down here.
It was coming. It was coming out of here. But
yeah, and we actually had to take the filter off and let it, air dry, because it was just solid gas.
But yeah, I think we're gonna do our initial adjustments on this carb, and I think you do some test passes. We'll see if it's still leaking from the front, and then go from there.
All right. Okay, Dan. So
we figured it out.
Yeah.
The float was set ridiculously high.
The carb's off.
The carb's off.
Kind of flooded the driveway with gas. But yeah, no, the float's here. So we found out that the float was floating too high, allowing too much gas to come in.
And that's why it was bogging down, too, on you when you were giving it the throttle skis. And it's funny, it's like the simplest adjustment. I mean, like I said, it's been a while since I messed with the carb, and the last carb I messed with...
literally just got to bend that little tabby.
Yeah, that tab. Just bend that upward. We're going to set it back in. We're going to do a little eyeballs, the scanny bits, and then send it back in.
Yeah. And so we've been wrong this whole time.
All right, so this is our first iteration of tuning the carburetor, and with our first float adjustment. Seems to be running way better now.
All right, Dan, so we've done a whole bunch of testing, pissing off the neighbors a lot.
Yeah, it's fine. I think, sweet Camaro, brother.
Yeah.
Sorry. I think the needle needs to be adjusted, and then a little more finite adjusting on the air-fuel mix, which it's not, necessarily like that big of a deal for the air-fuel mix, but I think the needle definitely needs adjusting.
Yeah.
And then I think we should lubricate throttleness. So
yeah, because it kind of seems like it's still smooth. Like, it really is smooth. You got to think, it's a brand new...
Yeah. But once it hits its power band, too, it opens up, and I think...
Oh, yeah, once it hits its power band, like, even when it's starting to die, if you just hold wide open, and once it catches... you saw it, it's lifting the front wheel off the ground.
The thing, that I think of, too, is, like, with speed, you're limited to a few things, like, your rear sprocket and your clutch. So
yeah. Oh yeah, no, with the jack shaft set up on here, and then the rear sprocket.
Sorry.
Oh yeah. No, with the jack shaft set up, and then the rear sprocket. This one is definitely set up for acceleration, because that's a high tooth count sprocket, and that's why it's lifting the wheel up just like, and getting, I mean, it's getting to 30 really quick.
Quickly, very quickly.
Like super quick. Like it's not even one of those.
On some cars, to be honest.
Yeah.
30.
But I know definitely down the line I do want to change out to probably like a 60 count sprocket back there, and that's definitely going to get
we're barely even venting fuel out of the carb,
which is better because last time it was pouring. Yeah, it was.
And we have no fuel coming out here, so the float adjustment definitely was that. So
yeah,
I think we need to adjust the needle next, and the only thing I can think of to try to help dial in the needle and AFR would to be to measure either cylinder or exhaust temps. So we'll just might have to do that ghetto with a juju gun. I have one. So
at this point, I think you're thinking too far into it.
No. These little motors are very more capable than you think.
Yeah. No. Yeah. No, we're getting there.
We're getting there.
We're getting there.
It's ripping compared to the other day. It's not. Well, it was stalling then, but not stalling like it was. The other day.
I was gonna say it's going good. Found out the brakes really do work. About laid it down. About laid it down on Dan. Like, yeah, I came through and like right there, that whole spot. I just didn't mean to. It just it happened.
Stay tuned. We're gonna mess with this more.
Yeah. So yeah,
it's Mike's project, and he's.
So it's Wednesday. The next episode's in 2 days. We might be messing around again with it. Who knows?
We'll see.
But yeah, it's getting there. It's getting there. It still looks like poop though. It's
it'll look like better poop.
Yep. So all right, guys. So we're all getting out for the night. So see you later.